The quote is free, and there's no obligation. Make the future more secure for those you love. Call now so you can sleep better at night.
For a free quote, call 1-800-521-0331 or visit AIGdirect.com.
We continue to follow severe weather developing across the Mississippi River Valley, a particularly dangerous situation which is reserved for only the tornado watches that have the highest probabilities of seeing tornadoes has been issued. It doesn't include places like Memphis, up towards Tupelo, down to Greenville, Mississippi, included in this zone. It goes all the way through the rest of the day until this evening, until 8 p.m. Now, already we've seen along the lines of storms these kind of fast spin-up tornadoes on the front edge of these very quickly moving lines of thunderstorms. Pope County in Illinois, you have a tornado warning going until 12:45. Tough to pick it out there, but you can see the reds and the greens close to each other right towards just underneath that number where it says 145, I believe it is, just south of there, a little spin up along that line. You can see that kink, that kind of V notch. That's an indicator that there might be a spin up occurring on that fast moving line of storms. Further to the south, as we travel down in towards the I-40 corridor, this is Prairie, White, and Woodruff counties, just north of I-40 and north of Goodwin. This is another cluster of storms that has been giving us some indicators of some spin along this fast-moving line of storms. Not a perfect visible tornado signature, and that's part of the problem, right? Because these are fast-moving storms that aren't giving us a lot of warning as they're giving us quick spin-ups along these otherwise also severe moving thunderstorms. Gusty winds and fast storm motions will be part of the problem today as this whole cluster of weather is moving anywhere from 40 to 70 miles per hour. So lots of threats today between the wind, the hail, and the tornado threat, and that tornado threat unfortunately only getting worse as we go into the afternoon.
And that risk is in places like Mississippi.
So we want to check in with the National Weather Service office that covers the Jackson area. Warning coordination meteorologist Steve Wilkinson joining us right now. Steve, is there any particular area that you have more concern about versus another, or is your entire zone at risk today?
Well, primarily areas to the northwest of Jackson, up into northwestern Mississippi, kind of the northeast corner of Louisiana, southeast Arkansas, where that particularly dangerous situation, tornado watch is in effect. That looks to be kind of the sweet spot where the dynamics of the storm and the instability coming up from the south, the warm and moist conditions kind of comes together, and that certainly looks like the area that we're focusing on.
And Steve, what is the timing of when the worst of the weather is expected across your area?
Well, this is more of a springtime system, so it looks like the heating of the day is really going to play a large factor in it. A lot of times in the winter, you get these at night, or even the heating's not a big deal. But this time, the heating of the day, so really the next 6 hours or so are primarily the time we're concerned about.
And Steve, we have about 45 seconds left, but you know, with people traveling through your jurisdiction today on a holiday week, how do you as the warning coordination meteorologist get a different message out to those that may not be familiar with where they are?
Sure, that's one of the things we talk about during the holiday seasons. We did all the way back in our preparedness week in late October on this. It says in Mississippi, and in this case it may be much broader than this, we tend to get a fair amount of tornadic activity during Thanksgiving and Christmas, those holiday times when somebody's traveling. So maybe you're at a location where you don't spend much time. We just encourage people, if they're in locations where they're not normally at, that they just think about what they would do if a storm came upon them very quickly.
Absolutely, indeed. Well, Steve Wilkinson, we certainly appreciate it there with the National Weather Service office there in Jackson, Mississippi. We always appreciate you guys talking with us. They do a great job there and keeping people safe.
Yeah, absolutely. And tornadoes will be a huge threat tonight, but they're not the only threat tonight.
Heavy rain. We've got that also. That triggered some flood warnings. How long this heavy rain is going to last?
And the other weather trouble giving flyers fits, fog. Lots of threats for the airlines. We'll detail your travel forecast as well.
Call now if you have an IVC filter or blood clot device. Medical studies have shown that IVC filters used to treat blood clots may break or migrate in your body, causing severe injuries. IVC filter injuries include internal bleeding, blood clotting, tearing of the heart or lung tissue, migration, pulmonary embolism, stroke, or death. Call now if you have an IVC filter or blood clot device. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Call 1-888-312-2764. That's 1-888-312-2764. Are you missing out on life because you're putting off neck or back surgery? Call Laser Spine Institute, the leader in minimally invasive spine surgery, to learn how a less than 1-inch incision can have you up and walking within a few hours of surgery, free from chronic back pain, and with no hospital stay and no lengthy recovery. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with spinal stenosis, bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, or other chronic conditions, call today for your MRI review.
When you're in that much pain and you live on painkillers, you really don't have quality of life. I feel like Laser Spine Institute was an answer to prayer. It's just the heavens had opened up, and it was like, I can live again.
If you've been told you might need neck or back surgery, call 1-855-401-BACK for your MRI review.
Laser Spine Institute, a less than 1-inch incision, a lifetime of standing tall.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week, AMHQ is right here and weather ready with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jen Carfagno, and the rest of AMHQ.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
According to the Center for Disease Control, this year, 1 in 3 older adults will suffer a fall.
I almost had an accident at the top of the stairs and almost fell backwards.
Acorn Stairlifts has a solution. Hundreds of thousands of customers have made Acorn Stairlifts a world leader in stairlifts. Acorn Stairlifts can install a stairlift on almost any staircase, straight, multiple landings, curved, and even outdoors. Every stairlift is custom-made, backed by a comprehensive warranty, and there are options for virtually any budget. Acorn Stairlifts have been commended by the Arthritis Foundation for their ease of use. Call Acorn Stairlifts today for your free DVD and information kit. Don't wait. Call now.
Call 1-800-584-1915 right now for your free information kit or visit our website today.
There's $1 million hidden under there.
Oh my God, look at that!
I am the Blue!
All new episodes of Prospectors, Sunday nights at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your Local on the 8s, brought to you by Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Cold and Flu.
When you've got a house full of guests on the way and a cold with sinus pressure, you need fast relief. Alka-Seltzer Plus Severe Sinus Congestion and Cough Liquid Gels rush relief to your tough symptoms to put you back in control.
Coming.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Sinus.
Some are seduced by the dark side. Others are drawn to the light. Choose yours at the Fiat year-end blockbuster sales event.
If my hands are dried and cracked, I can't do my job efficiently.
My hands are dry from washing my hands lots of times a day.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry, cracked hands.
O'Keefe's works.
I saw it working for my husband, and I knew I had to try it.
Learn more at o'keefescompany.com.
A cold can make you miserable. Luckily, Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough Liquid Gels rush liquid fast relief to your tough cold symptoms. Fast, powerful liquid gels from Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Currently in our area, 59 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional light rain throughout the day. High 62, chance of rain 60%. Tonight, showers and possibly some thunder overnight. Low 58, winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday, rain, thunder possible. High 66, chance of rain 90%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back. as we continue to track the active storms, particularly in the middle of the country, severe weather ongoing at this point. This is the sort of overview of what's going on, stretching storms from pretty much the Great Lakes all the way down into portions of the Mid-South. And it's all along that line, several areas under warnings, including what's going on here for us as we work our way into the southern portions of Illinois. Pope County, you're involved in a tornado warning there for you. That includes Eddyville until 12:45 local time here. Again, watching this line of storms moving its way towards the east. As we look at the sort of what's going on here, tough to see any sort of rotation, really tough, maybe right around here just south of the Eddyville area. Yep, there you can see the hook that's showing up just right around Eddyville. So that's going to be the most dangerous part of this storm, which is going to be tracking its way towards the northeast right around 45 miles per hour. Already here for us with this particular storm in Glendale, a trained storm spotter has seen a funnel cloud with it. So treat it seriously, get into your safe zone now if you're in those areas. A little bit farther south now for us as we get into Arkansas. We've been following this part of the line of the storms just east of Searcy. Jackson, White, Woodruff, you're involved in that tornado warning until 12:45 there. And again, we've got heavy rain along with that threat for the tornadic activity as well. And again, tough to pick out any sort of rotation there on that mode of the radar, but nasty storm here for us as it's moving its way now right through the Augusta area. And you can see if it holds together here, Beedville, you'll be dealing with it at around 12:40. So again, Goodridge 12:30, 12:40 there for you as you head a little bit farther on off towards the north and the east. Nasty storms there. A little bit farther north now, watching again right along that line of storms. This is Interstate 74 here for you. We've got some severe thunderstorm warnings that are in place. Lafayette, you're included. So this storm is about to make its way towards 65, Interstate 65, north and west of the city of Indianapolis there for you. Watch out, some damaging winds, bit of hail, also a potential risk there with those storms, and more active conditions here with that full line that again continues to move its way across the southern portions of Illinois. Eventually, we'll see that begin to cross its way on into southern portions of Indiana. Also watch out here across western sections of Kentucky. So we're just getting started. We've got the rest of the day and into tonight to deal with these active storms. But let's check on your travels with Mark.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, we don't even need a severe warned storm or a tornado warned storm to really mess up your travel conditions. Right now, we've got a low slate gray sky and rain falling out of it in the D.C. area. So this is a live look at Reagan National Airport. Occasionally, we see the planes taking off and landing off in the distance past the control tower, which is right in the center of your screen there. But there, notice it's kind of a slower pace. Normally, we'd see a new plane coming in every, 30 seconds or so. We're not seeing that today. Way more space in the friendly skies because of the low cloud deck, the low visibility, and the rain. A similar note for those of you that are getting to the airports, you need more travel time on the roads because you're leaving more time between you and the cars ahead of you because of the wet roadways. Going back to the airports, though, in the Northeast, man, these delays not messing around. How about LaGuardia? You got some rain, you got low visibility, you got that low cloud deck approaching a 3-hour delay, and it's been holding fairly steady there for the past couple of hours, which means that there is a ripple effect through the system. Each plane that goes back and forth on a route through the day is getting this 3-hour delay. It may then get more of a delay as it tries to come back into LaGuardia. Just a mess. Philadelphia over an hour. Newark, Liberty International in New Jersey about an hour and a half for your delays right now as well. Tomorrow, not looking that much better for a lot of places, unfortunately. New York City still dealing with the ripple effect delays and some morning showers that could add to the problems for tomorrow. Atlanta, you've been socked into the rain today, and you're going to continue to see that mess tomorrow with more rain, maybe some thunderstorms, and one of the busiest airports in the world, certainly in the country, and so big delays there whenever the weather is a factor. New Orleans and even D.C. could have some delays because of the mess with the showers nearby. Alex, this is a very busy travel time of year. It doesn't take much to really slow down the airports, and we've got a lot of weather doing exactly that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like of all times of the year, why is it happening at this point? But here we are today. Huge area in the red, severe risk. And even outside of that, if you don't have the severe storms, heavy downpours could impact you tomorrow, continuing with that risk as well.
We'll be following that for you. We'll show you just how bad it's getting out there. All the latest warnings next.
View from above. Brought to you by Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Explore more at kennedysspacecenter.com.
Before 3, 2, 1. We built a gateway to the cosmos, following the steps of heroes on the Kennedy Space Center bus tour. One of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Always exploring.
When it's your job to protect the world's greatest nation, it's your responsibility to solve the world's greatest challenges. This is why we search for the best and brightest, why we train for every eventuality, on land and water, in the air, space, and even cyberspace. We operate in a complex world with one simple mission: win.
You love reclining in your favorite chair. Wish it was more comfortable to relax there? Then what you need is the Snuggle Up Fleece Recliner Cover, the world's most comfortable way to spend the night or day relaxing in your recliner. Simply place Snuggle Up Fleece over your favorite fabric-covered recliner and let the custom fit invite you in to experience another level of comfort. Made of 100% pure breathable poly fleece, it keeps you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. It's so comfortable and baby soft, even the baby will love snuggling up in it. Snuggle Up's one-piece design perfectly fits your favorite large fabric-covered recliner, from the head to the arms to the footrest. Tired of losing the remote, keys, and glasses in the cushions of your chair? Snuggle Up Fleece comes with 4 easy access pockets, so you can relax your mind knowing your remote, glasses, and cell phone are always within reach. And when Rover climbs up there, you don't have to stress because you have Snuggle Up Fleece to protect it from the mess. Even if you spill a drink, you don't have to think because Snuggle Up Fleece is machine washable. And for past spots and stains, Snuggle Up Fleece covers them up, making your recliner look like new again. And when you feel a chill, Snuggle Up Fleece even wraps around to warm you up. Look, you've seen similar chair covers advertised for as much as $75, but you can get the Snuggle Up Fleece chair cover in your choice of 4 designer colors for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. But to make this the most comfortable offer on TV, we'll double it. Just pay separate processing and handling. And because it's from Sobakawa, it's guaranteed to turn your chair into the most comfortable chair in your home or return it for a full refund of the purchase price. We'll even refund your processing and handling. You get 2 Snuggle Up Fleece chair covers for 1 low price. Call or log on at trysnugglup.com. That's try SNUGGLE up.com.
To order your Snuggle Up, call 1-800-758-4735. That's 1-800-758-4735. Or go online to trysnugglup.com. Order now.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week, AMHQ is right here and weather ready with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jen Carfagno, and the rest of AMHQ.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 59 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional light rain throughout the day. High 62, chance of rain 60%. Tonight, showers and possibly some thunder overnight. Low 58, winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Thursday, rain, thunder possible. High 66, chance of rain 90%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Closed captioning brought to you by Matt.